The total number of hospitalizations is down. You see that curve coming down. You see that mountain that we went up. Now we're on the other side of the mountain. You start to see the shape of the mountain. Unfortunately, the decline from the mountain is not as steep as the incline, right? And the big question for us in New York and every state across the nation has been how fast and how low does that decline go, right? How fast does the decline actually happen? And what is the lowest level that the decline will reach? Unfortunately, you see that we were hoping for a quick up plateau at the top, which is what they talked about, but a fast decline. You see the decline is, again, not as steep as the incline. But it is a decline, and that's good news. The net change in total hospitalizations is down. Net change in intubations is down, and that's always good news. When a person is intubated, roughly 80% of the times there is not a good outcome. So the fact that the intubations is down is good news. And then the other end is how many new cases are coming in the door every day, how many new diagnoses in COVID cases. And that number is also declining. So not only are the number of people in hospitals coming down, but the number of new cases coming in the door is down. And that's good news because it had plateaued at about 900 statewide for a few days. But this number is down at 700, and that's a good number. I would take this with a grain of salt, as they say, because this is reporting from yesterday, which was a Sunday, and sometimes we get different results on the weekend. Remember, this whole reporting system is just been put in place. This never happened before. This is now every hospital in the state reporting every day for the first time. So it's a plus or minus across the board. This is the number that haunts me every day, and this number is not declining anywhere nearly as fast as we would like to see it decline. Still 226 New Yorkers who passed away. You look at that 1918 flu pandemic that they talk about, the places that opened too soon saw that flu come right back. And by the way, that flu was not one wave. That was 3 waves. First wave, second wave, third wave. Second wave was worse than the first wave. And you see, watch the other countries that went through this before us, right? We're not the first one down the chute. There were other countries that went down before us. You see, they wanted to reopen also. They were feeling the pressure on reopening. And you study those cases and you see that you reopen too soon or you reopen unintelligently, and you can then have an immediate backlash. This state has different regions which are in much different situations than other regions in the state. And rather than wait for the whole state to be ready, reopen on a regional basis. If upstate has to wait for downstate to be ready, they're going to be waiting a long time. So analyze the situation on a regional basis, okay? And you look at a region on 4 measures: the number of new infections, your healthcare capacity. If the infections goes too high, you overwhelm your health system. Now you're Italy with people on gurneys in a hallway because your hospital system can't handle it. Do your diagnostic testing so you're seeing how the infection is increasing or decreasing. And do the contact tracing, have that system in place so when you test and you find a positive, you trace the contacts from that positive person and you're isolating them to bring down the rate. And you do that on a regional basis. you open businesses first that are most essential and pose the lowest risk, okay? Most essential and the lowest risk. Phase one, we're talking about construction, manufacturing, and select retail with curbside pickup. They are the most essential with the lowest risk. Second phase, professional services, retail, administrative support, real estate. Third phase, restaurant, food services, accommodation. Fourth, arts, entertainment, recreation, education. Remember, density is not your friend here. Large gatherings are not your friend. That's where the virus tends to spread. That's why those situations would be down at the end. And then we need businesses to also reimagine how they're going to do business and get ready to protect their workforce, to change their physical environment to the extent they need to, and to change their processes to make sure people can socially distance, people remain in a safe environment. We can tell you by region right now of those criteria that we went through, which ones are in place for which region. So which ones have the right hospitalization, the right testing regimen, the right contact tracing regimen, and which ones still have work to do in those areas. The pause order was stop all businesses, stay at home. That expires on May 15th. May 15th, regions can start to reopen and do their own analysis, but these are the facts that they have to have in place to do it.